Hello and welcome to today's Daily Prelims Practice session. Today we will be taking up certain important news articles in the form of MCQs from today's The Hindu Daily edition as well as Indian Express newspaper. The important topics which are to be discussed have been displayed on the screen and the timestamping of the same has been provided in the description box below. So now let us begin our today's session. So this topic is taken from the Indian Express. The topic is in relation to section 153A. The immediate context of this very topic is that recently the Supreme Court of India has granted an interim bail to Mr. Pawan Khera, who had been arrested for alleged hate speech by Assam police. So in this relation, Indian Express has covered the details regarding section 153A in its explained section. Now, if we go by the previous year question paper analysis, we come to know that certain important articles of the Indian Constitution as well as certain important sections of the IPC are important when it comes to prelims examination. For example, UPSC in its previous year has asked the question in relation to that which of the following articles deals with one's right to marry the person of one's choice. So try to attempt this question, which is very simple. DPP question number 1 for today is: which of the following legal and constitutional provisions deal with the religious matters in India? So the focus is on the religious matters. That means any section or any article which has mentioned religion as one of its important words will be the answer of this question. So as in the news article we have seen that article 153A deals with the hate speech. So obviously article 153A of the IPC will be dealing with the religion. Then we all know Article 25 deals with the fundamental right to the freedom of religion, as well as Article 15 of the Indian Constitution also deals with non-discrimination on the basis of certain grounds. One among those grounds is the religion. But when we talk about section 144 of the IPC, which is a very famous section, this basically prohibits the assembly of people under certain circumstances. So it has nothing to do with the religion. So 1, 2 and 4, that is option A is the correct answer. As far as the answer to this question is concerned, option B, Article 21 deals with the right to marry the person of one's choice, because Article 21 deals with the right to life with dignity. Moving towards DPP question number 2. This question is again taken from the Indian Express. And the immediate context of this very news article is the recent controversy which was erupted in the context of ICHR, which stands for Indian Council of Historical Research, on the issue of national anthem, Bharat Mata, and the image of Deen Dayal Upadhyay. As far as the examination is concerned, this controversy is not relevant, but yes, facts regarding ICHR is relevant, because the subjects which are related to education or culture is relevant when it comes to the UPSC examination. For example, in 2017, the question was asked regarding the Vidyanjali Yojana. There were 3 statements given and you had to find the correct statement out of these 3 statements as regard to the purpose of the Vidyanjali Yojana. So try to attempt this question also. DPP question number 2 says there are 2 statements. Statement 1 says ICHR is an autonomous body functioning under the Ministry of Culture. Now, because you have to find the correct statements, this is an incorrect because it is not the Ministry of Culture, rather it is the Ministry of Education and Human Resources. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 2 says that ICHR is implementing the Cultural Heritage Young Leadership Program. This statement is again incorrect because this particular program is being implemented by CCRT, which lies under the Ministry of Culture, and it stands for Center for Culture Resources and Training. So that is why this statement is also incorrect, and hence option D, neither 1 nor 2 is the correct answer. Now moving towards question number 3. This question is in relation to the government's ONDC platform. This ONDC basically stands for Open Network for Digital Commerce. This news item has appeared in the context that recently Amazon has announced that it will join the government's ONDC platform, and this particular development is interesting given the fact that ONDC's very purpose is to democratize the e-commerce in India, which is largely captured by Amazon and Flipkart. So that is why this news becomes important. Further, such types of issues are important because in 2017, the question was asked in relation to the UPI. The question said that which of the following is a most likely consequence of implementing the UPI? On the similar lines, the question on ONDC has been formed. The question asks you which of the following is a most likely consequence of implementing the Open Network for Digital Commerce. Option A states ONDC will totally replace the existing e-commerce platforms. Obviously, absolute statement. It is incorrect. Option B says act as an enabler for the massive digital commerce expansion. This statement seems correct. C says a central intermediary will regulate the e-commerce sector. No. D says it will act as a medium to digitize the business. So the most appropriate option is option B. And as far as the previous year question is concerned, if you closely go through all these questions, you will find that option A is the most appropriate answer. Now moving towards DPP question number 4. This question is in relation to the National Commission for Minorities. The news item has appeared in today's The Hindu Daily edition. In the relation of certain speeches given by jurists as well as ex-civil servants who have said that there has been a gross institutional bias and hatred of minorities which has enabled the riots. So whenever we have to talk about minorities, a dedicated institutional authority dealing with the issues related to minorities is the National Commission for Minorities. Such constitutional as well as extra-constitutional regulatory bodies are important for the prelims examination, as well as the rights and issues of minorities also have their own importance. For example, in 2011, the question was asked by UPSC that in India, if a religious sect or community is given the status of national minority, what special advantages it is entitled to? So try to attempt this question on your own. We will discuss DPP question number 4. The question asks, with reference to the National Commission for Minorities, you have to consider the following statements and you have to find the correct statement out of the given 3 statements. Statement 1 says, it is a constitutional body. It is incorrect, as it is not a constitutional body. Statement 2 says that it monitors the working of the safeguards for minorities provided in the Constitution and in laws enacted by Parliament and state legislatures. Obviously correct. Third says it looks into specific complaints regarding the deprivation of the rights and safeguards of minorities and taking up such matters with appropriate authorities. This is also correct. Therefore, C option 2 and 3 is the correct answer. As far as the answer to this previous year question is concerned, option C 1 and 3 only is the correct answer. You can easily eliminate this statement too. DPP question number 5 is from the Ecology section related to a particular species, that is orangutans. We all know that the illegal trade dealing with the parts of such endangered species is very common, and for that protection we also know an important convention by the name CITES. The immediate context of this very article is related to the smuggling of the orangutans via Chennai and suspension of the 4 policemen. Now, species related questions are very common in prelims examination. 2 to 3 questions every year is asked from these species. So have a look at the question asked in 2019 and try to solve it. Today's question is, you have to find the correct statement out of the given 2 statements in relation to the orangutans. It says, they are naturally found in the rainforests of South America and Southeast Asia. This is incorrect because they are found in Southeast Asia only. 2 says, as per the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species, they are listed as critically endangered. This is correct. Hence, option B 2 only is the correct answer. As far as the answer to the previous year question is concerned, Asiatic lion is naturally found in India only. We all know this. 1 is correct. Second is incorrect and third is also incorrect. These are the factual statements. So A, 1 only is the correct answer. Now moving towards our last question for today's session. question number 6 in relation to the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act 2017. This news item has appeared in today's The Hindu newspaper in the relation that recently the Supreme Court has said that there are different dimensions to menstrual pain leave, which, though being a biological process, may also act as a disincentive for employers from engaging the women in their establishments. This is a very logical problem, and therefore we need to find a balanced solution for this. However, such issues related specifically to the women are very common in UPSC examination. For example, in 2019 the question was asked in relation to the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act. This act is also to empower the women and to allow them to make independent choices. But on the other hand, this act also disincentivizes certain employers to hire women as their employees. So try to attempt this question also. Today's question asks you which of the following statements are correct regarding the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act of 2017. There are 3 statements given. Statement 1 says the maximum period of maternity leaves of 26 weeks can be availed for up to 2 children. This is correct. This is a factual statement mentioned in the Maternity Benefit Act. Statement 2 says it is applicable to the facilities that employ 10 or more people, including factories, mines, plantations, shops, establishments. This is incorrect because 10 is not the numerical figure mentioned as a condition for the implementation of this very act. Therefore, statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 3 says the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act makes crèche facilities mandatory for every establishment employing 100 or more employees. This again is incorrect because here it is 50 employees, not 100. So you have to eliminate option 3 as well as option 2. A, 1 only will be the correct answer. As far as the answer to this previous year question is concerned, option C, 3 only is the correct answer. So that was all for today. All the very best and study hard.